Good afternoon, students. Welcome to Krishnavani Talent Schools and Mastermind Schools, a prestigious IIT and NEET Foundation or Focus C program. Once again, I welcome all the class 8th students for today's session. As you can see on the screen, my subject is physics. We are in class 8. Our ongoing first chapter, measurements. Today we are entering into the session number 8 or last session of the chapter. When we meet in the next week, we'll start with a new chapter, right? The kinematics. But before that, just we'll review, because it's a very important session where we should recall the total chapter and follows the worksheet, which already started in the last class. We should complete maximum questions from worksheet so that you can appear for the exam, monthly exam. So monthly test, which is supposed to be last week, but we are postponed to 5th August. That is coming Monday. We have the monthly test, right? So that is totally of multiple choice questions and OMR sheet. So I request all the teachers take very much interest to conduct the exam immediately after receiving the question papers and send the OMR sheets to the given address so that they will correct and send the marks to you immediately and with the complete analysis report. So motivate the student, because this time we are providing the IIT and NEET toppers badge also. We are providing the badge for IIT and NEET toppers from each class. 3 students are selected and given the badge. In such a way, you motivate the student to appear exam with perfect preparation, right? So that is the responsibility of the respective subject teachers of the branches. What we can do, we are doing from here. The remaining part is in your hands. These classes are very much helpful for them for future. May not be reflect immediately, but reflects in the future studies, right? Clear, all of you? So for today, our task is to complete the worksheets which we already started in the last class. But before that, see are the total topics we covered. I already given the synopsis also for you in the last class. Make sure that every point should be in your notebook. Maintain the proper notebook. Make sure by end of the year, entire notebook is filled. So this Saturdays from this week, every Saturday we are going to give some task for you, assignment, 20 questions from 4 subjects, right? Only multiple choice questions. We'll give the PDF to your teachers. They will write on the board, you note the questions and answer should be written in the notebook on Sunday in presence of your parents. And every Monday, teacher will correct your notebook, right? So that at least your parents are aware that some IIT classes are going on in our schools. And you will also have some knowledge which is helpful for you in regular also. Okay? Right. Now, these are the total topics what we covered in your, apart from the basic concept of measurements, physical quantities, fundamental physical quantities, derived physical quantities, right? What is the unit? What are the rules of units? Apart from this, we discussed about the 2 important measuring devices to measure the length: vernier calipers and screw gauge. Screw gauge, vernier calipers, screw gauge are the 2 important devices which helps to measure the length, smallest lengths accurately. With the scale, we can measure only up to 1 millimeter. With the vernier calipers, you can measure even 0.01 millimeter. But when you go for the screw gauge, you can measure up to 10⁻⁻6 meters. That is 0.0001 millimeter. That smallest length also we can measure as per our requirement by using either vernier calipers or screw gauge. Right. So once again, just recall the everything from your right, what we learned in the earlier classes. Then we'll move to the worksheet again. Okay. So this is the part where we discuss about the introduction of measurements. So what is measurement? What is unit? You can see on the screen. Okay. Hope all of you have written the synopsis in the last class. Okay, what is unit? And what are the physical quantities? The physical properties like length, mass, time, distance, which are measured, which can be measured. Suppose, see, if you get the temperature, if you got some fever, you got fever. How will you measure how much fever is there? With thermometer, correct? Thermometer used to measure the body temperature. Suppose you got pain, you are getting pain in your hands. Can you measure the pain? How much pain you are getting? You can feel. Pain cannot be measured. That is not a physical quantity. The physical properties which can be measured are called physical quantities. There are some physical quantities which cannot be measured. That is, like example, pain. Pain, no P. We know how we can feel the pain, but we cannot measure it. There is no device to measure the pain. Sound you can measure in decibels, and some other devices are there. But you cannot measure the pain. So those who can measure only are called physical properties. Right? These physical properties are further classified into fundamental and derived. You all know that fundamental, there are 7 plus 2. 7 fundamental physical quantities you can see on the screen. Along with this, there are some 2 supplementary quantities also there. Right? Supplementary, like plane angle. One is plane angle. Second one is solid angle. These 2 are the, apart from the 7, apart from length, mass, time, temperature, electric current, amount of substance, and luminosity intensity, we have 2 supplementary quantities also. Right? So total 9 fundamental quantities. They have their own units. The units of fundamental quantities are called fundamental units. Right? Clear? Then there are some other, apart from this, apart from fundamental quantities, there are so many derived quantities which are obtained from fundamental quantities. You can see on the table also. Area, volume, density, speed, acceleration, pressure, force, energy, frequency, power, voltage, and charge. Then, when these physical quantities are there, they are represented by a standard measurement. That standard measurement of any physical quantity is called unit, which is very important in the physics or even mathematics. Okay? And when you are writing the units, you have to follow some conventions, some rules that you can see on the screen. We already discussed it. Right? The next comes very important part again, multiples and submultiples of units. That is, positive powers of 10 are called multiples, which are larger units. Negative powers of 10 are called submultiples, which are smaller units. They are in the minus, 10 power 1, 10 power 3, 10 power 4, 10 power 5. They are called the multiples. 10 power minus 1, 10 power minus 2, 10 power minus 3. They are called submultiples, which are smaller values. They are used for any of the physical quantity, maybe mass, length, time, or any other. Very important multiples and submultiples. Then we entered to discuss about a wonderful device used to measure the. So why you are discussing directly? Because before your classes 6 and 7, you discussed about scale, tape, and even metallic tape used by engineers to measure the lengths. But if it is not possible to measure length with the help of the scale or any other, we have to go for such a wonderful device called vernier calipers, devised by Vernier. Scientist name in 1619 or 1630, somewhat around, long back. I discussed about what is the principle, construction, working of this, and how to find the thickness or length of any object given. We can measure the internal diameter, external diameter. We can measure the depth of the hollow tubes. So many are there to measure by using the vernier calipers. So while measuring, you have to take care of the errors also. Because of the continuous usage, that device may show some error. The errors, first we have to identify the error, whether it is a positive error or negative error. Then you have to go for correction. If the error is positive, correction is negative. If the error is negative, correction is positive. By the way, we can get the exact diameter or thickness of an object by using the formula. Okay. So there are two scales are there. We have to take the readings of two scales and we are substituting the formula, which you can see here. Right? MSR plus VC into LC. Main scale reading plus vernier coincidence into least count. So least count, the smallest measurement you can made by using any device. Least count of the ordinary scale is 1 mm. Least count of vernier calipers is 0.01 mm or 0.001 mm. Least count of next one, that is our screw gauge, 10 power minus 6 meter. It is also called micrometer. Okay, see here. The another instrument which we already discussed about is screw gauge. Wonderful device which contains a strong U-shaped metallic frame along with the two scales again here also. Two scales are here, you can see, with one contains 50 to 100 divisions, other contains only 10 divisions. So by placing the object between the two studs, when you tighten the screw, we can, by noting the two readings, we can get the thickness of the even hair or paper also. Same for this also, we have the positive error, negative errors, identify the errors and correct the errors. We have to correct. Okay. So these are the total concepts what we discussed about the vernier calipers. And in last class, I explained, I given you the total. Okay. I given you the complete concepts also for you. Complete concept of this chapter, that is synopsis given, which are helpful for you in solving these answers. So already we have done this one in the last class. A few questions we have done, maybe 10 to 20 questions. So once again, we recall. You can write down these questions here in notebook also. Okay, you can see ampere is the unit of electric current. Luminous intensity is measured in terms of, luminous measured nothing but candela. Mole is the unit of amount of substance. Once again, you can take dyne into second is momentum. Light year is the unit of distance. Okay, sixth question. Option is 2, does not depends on the method of measure. However you measure, magnitude remains constant, no change. Okay, that is. Now we move forward. So different types of questions, different levels, and based on different concept. Here, seventh question. Vernier calipers is divided by, vernier, named after him only. The least count of vernier calipers. The least count of vernier calipers is 0.01 centimeter. In millimeter, 0.001. Okay. The least count of ordinary scale means we cannot measure less than 1 millimeter with the ordinary scale. We can take only up to 1 millimeter only. Now question number 10, as already I told you yesterday. So answer is NVSD is equal to N minus 1. 10 main scale divisions are always equal to 9 vernier scale divisions. The 10 main scale divisions are divided into 9 in the vernier scale, in the vernier calipers. And 11th one is fourth answer. Yesterday I already told you. That is number of vernier scale divisions. Number of VSD is equal to MSD, main scale divisions. How many are there? 50 or 100, whatever it may be. That is option D, 4. There is something is this, by cropping it is missed. Right? So that is up to 11th question. When you move forward again, so same topic that so the pitch of the screw is the distance between the consecutive threads along axis of screw. I told you already how the screw and nut functions. The same is the principle of the vernier calipers. When you are tightening the screw, each thread will enter to the nut. Same like that. Consecutive nut means first thread and other thread. The distance is called pitch of the screw. The least count of micrometer, 10 power minus 6. Micro means 10 power minus 6. The least count of micrometer screw gauge. Micro means nothing but 10 power minus 6 as per the submultiple. Okay, so you can write it. Then the least possible value which can be measured accurately using instrument is called, you know already, that is least count. Any device, whether it is measuring the length, mass or anything, there is a least measurement. That is called least count. Suppose if you take a watch, the least measurement is second. We cannot measure less than second with the watch. You can see only seconds needle will show the second. That is called the least count of the watch. Right. So as you move forward again, level 2 questions on same physical quantities you can see. So again same 50th one, Newton second, dyne second or Newton second, whatever it may be, it comes under momentum. Electron volt, it is the unit for the electrical energy or simply energy. Right. So next, unit of energy. It is nothing but watt second. I told yesterday, I given the explanation also. Watt day. Watt second or watt day. So which are the smallest unit? Alright, for me. So it is a millimeter. Milli means 10 power minus 3 meters. Angstrom means 10 power minus 8 centimeters or minus 10 meters. For me is 10 power minus 15 meters. And meter means 1 only. So in terms of meters, which is the smallest one? 10 power minus 15 is the smallest one. That is for me. And already I told this is the capacitance and Henry. Sorry, magnetic flux and Weber. The combination means physical quantity with unit, correct? Remaining all are wrong only. They are not correct. Because power is measured in watt, not farad. Capacitance is measured in mho, MHO, not Henry. Electric field is measured in the Henry. Here given Coulomb only. So there is not correct combination. Only combination correct is magnetic flux measured in Weber. Right? Question number 19 completed. Only we have done, I think, yesterday. We'll move forward some for next one. That is 20. The internal jaws of vernier calipers used to measure the internal dimension. Name itself indicates, na? So small jaws there on top. What we can do, we can place the test tube over that and tighten. So internal diameter also you can measure. Internal diameter of any object or internal dimensions. Okay. The next question number 21. If you see the zeroth error of vernier calipers is +2. Means positive error. So correction should be negative. Minus 0.02 centimeters you can write. That is because least count is in centimeters. 0.01 centimeters. So 0.2 into 0.01, 0.02. But it is a positive error, so correction is negative. Error is positive. Plus is given means error is positive. Means 2 divisions either above or below, whatever it may be. So what we can do? To minus 2 into 0.01. So nothing but 0.02 centimeter. Right? Now we move to the next one. So you can clearly see in the textbooks, it's not so clear. Study the figure carefully and hence calculate pitch and least count. Pitch is distance between the two successive points. Pitch and least count both is asking. Okay. So that is pitch is nothing but each division is 0.1 centimeter here. That is 0.1 centimeter and least count 0.01 centimeter. Because it is measured in the centimeters only. Main scale in centimeter. So in centimeter we know pitch is nothing but distance between each division. 10 divisions are there, 1 by 10. 1 by 10 centimeter. How much? 0.1. Then what is the least count here? 0.01 centimeter as usual. Right. Next, 23 question. A spear held tightly between two jars. We place the spear between the two jars and hold the vernier calipers. The vernier calipers lies between, the vernier lies between 0.5 and 0.6. What is the main scale division? So we know the formula, either diameter or length is given by main scale reading plus vernier coincidence into least count. This is the formula, right? This is the formula to find the value. So what we get here, as you are 0 between 0.5 and 0, we'll get it as only 0.5. Main scale division is asking, not total value, MSD. So as it is measured 0.5 centimeter between these two, we'll consider the first one, previous one. As it is between, you cannot take the for next one. That is 0.5 is the main scale divisions. Right. So when you move to the next question here, question number 24, about screw gauge. Okay. About screw gauge it is. If the screw gauge with studs are in contact, studs means they are close to each other. If the zeroth circular scale above the baseline, above the baseline, based on above or below only you can decide. Above the baseline, what type of error it is? Above means negative error. After tightening the screw gauge, whether the index line is whether above the line or below, you can see. If it is above, negative. It is below, positive. Right? So after you have to take the screw gauge and tighten. Both studs are closed. Then you can see whether what is the zero division of main scale, whether it is above the index line or below the index line. If it is above, if it is exactly along the index line, there is no error. But it is above, it is a negative error. Below, it is a positive error. Right? So next, 25. Which of the following measures the length of the most accurately? Length most accurately, which one is measured below among this? So we know this is 0 screw gauge only. So this is the least count of screw. With this least count, it can produce accurately. Others are not possible. In this kilometer, there won't be any screw gauge. We cannot find the screw gauge this much value, and we cannot find screw gauge with this much value. So as you know, the screw gauge of least count 0.001 centimeter will give accurate value. Right? Next. Right, 26th question. A screw gauge is used to measure the diameter of the wire, usually up to accurately. That is again same screw gauge only. That is least count only. You have to know the least count. That is same 0.001 centimeter. How much it can measure? Right? Up to what level it can measure? Scale can measure only 1 millimeter. Vernier calipers can measure only 0.01 centimeter. But screw gauge can measure 0.001 centimeter. Right? Remember that. Least count of screw gauge. Again, same question. 0.001 centimeter. 0.001 centimeter. Okay. Clear? That is about the question number 27. These are the level 2 questions. Level 1 and level 2 completed. These are the based on the mains exam. Now we have the advanced questions also there. Some advanced questions we'll discuss because today is the last session for this chapter. How many possible we discuss. But before that, let me show you. So we also provided for you the key for that. See, you can see here. See, this is the key with solution. Wherever solution is required, we are providing. So there are 51 questions are there in your chapter. Totally. How many? Only 51. Already we discussed about 25, 26. 27 we discussed already. Remaining 24 are there of different levels. For all, we given the key here. I request the teachers the share key with the students. So whenever you require the solution, whenever you want require some problem caves, what we have done, we have given solutions also. See, 21, 22, 23, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 50, up to 50. We need some solution. So we given the solution also. So by seeing the solution, you yourself can understand the question. Right. Along with that, we'll provide some assignments also from tomorrow, every Saturday. You can solve that also from this material we'll give, not out of the book. Okay. So that you can understand the total concept of the measurement. So that we can move to the next lesson in the next class. So we'll start next class, maybe next week. So we'll start the kinematics chapter, very interesting, the continuation chapter. But before that, you have to complete this assignment with 51 questions, and we have completed the 27th question up to complete level 2. We done. Okay. Next, when you come to level 3 means little advanced level. The paper is not completely scanned here, but anyway, you have textbooks with you. Which of the following quantities expressed as a force per unit area? That is, force by area, what it is? Force by area is nothing but pressure. Pressure is defined as force per area. Right? Which of the following is the derived unit? Unit of mass? No, fundamental only. Unit of length? Fundamental only. Unit of time? Fundamental only. Unit of volume is a derived, because volume is meter cube. Meter into meter into meter. Length into breadth into height. So it is the only derived unit, because volume is a derived quantity, whereas mass, length, time are fundamental quantities. Got it or not? Right. So next one, we have dyne per centimeter square is given. Dyne, that is dyne by centimeter square is problem. D-I-Y-N-E. Dyne. Dyne is nothing but force. Force by area again. Centimeter square is area in CGS system. Dyne is unit of force. Force by again, it is a pressure only. What is asking is dyne per centimeter square is the unit, not a unit. Sorry. He's asking not a unit. Not a unit means it is a strain. Strain does not have unit. It is not unit, not a unit. It is a unit of, because remaining all same as pressure only. So dyne per centimeter square. Right. Question is dyne by centimeter square is not a unit. See, very carefully you have to see. Not a unit. So it is a unit of pressure. Stress also pressure only. Young's modulus also pressure only. But strain is the ratio. Ratio does not have units. It is not a unit of dyne and centimeter square. Which of the following is not a unit of energy? Not a unit of energy. Calorie is given. Right. Calorie is a unit of energy only. Joule also energy only. Electron volt we have seen energy only. But what is not energy? It is a power. What is the unit of power? Not energy. Correct? Okay. So like that, if you keep doing the remaining maybe 15-20 questions are there, you can try from your end at home and complete them and prepare well for the exam. You need to appear for exam on Monday, most probably. As early as you receive your question papers to your branches, I request the teachers to conduct the exam. And very importantly, I told you already, first you have to conduct exam on 5th August, or even tomorrow also you can conduct as per availability or paper receiving, and motivate all the students to participate. Motivate all students from 6th to 10th, 6th to 9th should participate. We'll check your number of students attendance as well as the appearance, because we also get the report from the publishers. Right. Then send papers, send OMRs immediately to the address given for you. They'll give address for you. You send immediately. That is your responsibility of the in charges, IIT in charges. Send immediately. Answer scripts, very important. Right? and make sure the students prepared well. Make sure or motivate. What you can do is that only. Motivate student to appear for exam. Prepare well. Prepare well for exam. Why? Because this year we are going to get a badge also. IIT NEET topper. Already we told you are all principals to prepare ready, get ready. So it's really proud moment if you suppose you have different medals may be there with you. Speed reader, master writers, or you may have math skills badge, so many badges. But these badges will do the wonderful effect in the market. When you go to your parents also, they'll be proud. So we are not reading IIT, but we are giving the foundation for IIT. So IIT topper, 1, 2, 3. Third ranker, 3 rankers will be given the. So this is a very important positive addition to your students. So motivate the students that you are going to get the toppers medal of IIT and NEET Foundation, which definitely kicks the students to prepare well or write well. Right? Got it or not? Please motivate and make sure that the students are attending the classes regularly and maintain the notebook. Notebook should be maintained properly throughout the year, because that notebook they can use for the entire till they enter into the IITs or any other their choice profession. That much importance is there in the classes. Right? Hope you all understood what is the importance of this, and motivate the students in such a way and ask them to go through the material first. So material is very important. Let's ask them to go through the, just when you are doing the reading, make them to read this textbook also, so that they can get some important points from that. Then ask them to solve the worksheet. Almost 80% we solved here. Remaining, let them solve. Okay. So that they'll habituate to do the work. Once they worked on that, regularly they'll connect in that. And of course, is a motivation also we are providing in the terms of badge. Motivate them towards the badge. Badge is there. So definitely students will learn, because everybody want appreciation. Everybody want appreciation. That appreciation makes or do the wonders. Right? So this IIT toppers, after getting that result, maybe within a few days, you can take present the badges and take the photograph with you, that is principal and subject experts, that is in charges, and share it in the groups. See how much response will come from the parents. So this is the tested and proven. It is not new for KTS or TMMS. It is a tested and proven for last 20 years. So like that, you have to motivate the students, because they don't know. They don't know about the parents may not be knowing, but you should realize first as a in charge, as a principals, whatever it may be, right? Expecting the maximum attendance in the examination or expecting the wonderful performance, there should be wonderful competition when you going through the analysis. You get the branch-wise rank, you get the total state-wise rank also you get. That graph will show wonderful report which part he is having the mistake. That error corrections also will come. You can check yourself. Such a wonderful analysis you can receive when you send the OMR sheet to. Right? So that's all for today. We are closing the class. We have completed everything, and you are ready for you're all ready for the monthly test 1 exam. So when you meet in the next class, we'll start with a new chapter, kinematics. Very, very, the most important part in the physics, which is most important application also, motion. The word motion, understand how important motion is. Without motion, we cannot do anything. So such a wonderful topic we discuss. In the next class, we'll start in the next class for next maybe 6-7 sessions or for 1 month. Okay. For time being, your duty is to practice the material worksheet. What I explained, 30 questions and remaining maybe 20, 21 are there. You practice everything, including match the followings also there. Right? So thank you very much, students. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.